We're the voices of experiencers, and we are the experiencers of extraterrestrials. Just what's out there in the abyss, in the darkness of the unknown. It's time for disclosure and it's time for truth, because what lies in the darkness brings powerful transformation. We're the bridge between two different worlds, with one foot in this reality and one in the next. The shift is here, along with profound integration. Just who are extraterrestrials and what are their plans? It's time to find out with the Voices of Contact.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, happy Voices of Contact Day.
Yay.
Yeah. How's everybody doing?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Just
good.
living the dream.
Living the dream.
Looking forward to the retreat coming up.
Yes. Yeah, we have the Truth Seekers retreat. I think the only one not coming is Deb Cobble.
Deb.
Because I'm going to Contact in the Desert on the 27th.
I know.
So,
Yeah, and that's the same weekend. So I have to forgive you.
okay, thank
And I'm super excited about the film coming out.
I know.
That is so
To be honest, I
cool.
forgot about it.
What's
so many
coming
years.
out?
It's been so many years since I did it, and I mean, I just do so many things, and it never came out. And I thought, okay, well, sometimes things like that just don't get picked up or whatever. And then all of a sudden, here it comes. It's going to be on June the 2nd. It comes out June the 2nd on Amazon Prime and I'm looking for the thing here. Amazon Prime and Apple TV, and it's called Experiencer, the Experiencers Full Disclosure. And you can go on YouTube and look at the trailer. It's pretty cool. And yours truly is one of many in there.
Yeah, I
Woohoo.
posted it yesterday, and I'll do it again just so people can see it.
They're going to have the screen.
Autographs at UFO this year.
How exciting.
Well, it just goes to show that we are the disclosure.
Exactly.
It's people like Deb who's sharing her story that's bringing the actual disclosure.
Right. Yep.
I was just on the phone with a gentleman who's having all kinds of experiences, and I'm trying to convince him to give you a call.
Mhm.
That's what I told him. I said, the show it promotes people to see that there's no fear in it, and if you want your own disclosure, get it done.
Yeah.
So speaking of the disclosure, you guys are gonna love this regression. This one has Deb written all over it. But the most intriguing part of the regression was this was just a past life regression. She just wanted to do a past life regression and ask the subconscious certain questions. And then it all began with me asking about the pains that she feels in her head. And then the rest of it just kind of blew my mind. A lot of it because it's a lot of things we've all been talking about and like what's going on currently in the world. So let me play the first clip, okay?
Cool.
Well, Mary, can we say that this was very meant to be? Because, in fact, when we loaded the show, we posted as a different regression, a male who was going back to his youth. Things didn't work out. And when that happens, it means there's something else that has to be done. And this was the one that had to be done this week because it was the one that you could access. So, all right.
Now that we got time.
It was all operator error on my part. I was at work and I was getting everything ready and then pulled up my laptop, and it's a newer laptop, but I didn't have the program that I usually edit with. which wasn't a big deal because it's exactly like my other laptop. So I tried to download it, would not let me download it. So came home to get everything ready. And then this laptop didn't have the regression that I wanted to use. I needed to move it over from an app, and then left my phone at work, so I couldn't move it over from the app. And I said, well, I guess we're going with plan B. So actually, Deb's right. This one was the one that was meant to be. So we'll play this first one where it all started when I just asked about the pain that's in her head. What's the tracker for?
Keeping an eye on her.
Who's keeping an eye on her?
The others.
Who are the others?
The ones in the suits. The ones up there.
Describe what they look like for me.
Ants.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
Like ants, something like that.
They look like ants?
Like bugs, ants, like ant, like mantis.
And why are they watching her?
They always have.
Why do they watch her?
They have always watched her. They she's different than the others. And
Do they make contact with her?
yes, they have.
Yes and no?
Yes, they have.
They have.
Yes.
How often do they make contact?
I really don't know. I know they did when younger years, and I feel well. Thank you for that
I was
little bit.
laughing at Dana's face when she started saying,
I saw the
Oh,
look
I
on
know
your face.
everybody can see me. You can see.
"Yeah, I could see you. You were freaking out." I was like, "Yeah, all right."
I didn't know that. I was so focused on that picture, and I thought, oh, they're mantis. Okay.
So this wasn't even on your radar. You were doing a past life regression, and this is all popped up. That's wild.
Yeah, like it gets better. But yeah, like you can kind of hear it in my voice too when she's like the tracker. I'm like, what the hell's the tracker for? I'm like, I'm in now. Like, game on.
So, does she think the pain in her head's like an implant or something? Tracker?
That's what they were saying was it's from a tracker.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, pretty amazing how, like Deb said, this is supposed to be a past life regression. And when this all came out, now Mary and I did, a sacred code on it, the show, and it blew me away. I'm telling you, because, you just, as Mary says, you can't make that shit up. She calls them the others, or they call themselves the others. And we've had groups, we've had other people call certain ones the others, but not giving them a name. One thing about the mantis that we know is that they realize that they look scary to us. And, a lot of humans are afraid of them. So I think maybe that's why they use the others. Just my thought.
Still doesn't disguise. Never mind. Maybe that's why they use the others.
I was just finally excited because, like, how many years have we been doing these regressions, and how many times have we gotten it's the others? And I was like, okay, who are the others? Where are you from? And nothing. So it was a complete shock to start having all this information like finally come through. And I think it's because we're all ready to go to that higher plane of existence. We're ready to understand this information and absorb it. So I just thought it was super cool.
Me too.
Right.
Yeah.
Answers come. The more we do this, the more we learn. This one is huge for me because my feelings, and I've had a little experience with mantis beings, and I truly feel honored when they do come visit. So they get a bad rap, but yet there's the other side. So
It's funny because the gentleman I was mentioning before the show that was thinking about getting regression, he was talking about the mantises, and he said, yeah, they had clothes on, and I can't figure it out. Well, a lot of the experiences with mantis beings, they do have clothing or robes because they try not to freak us out from their insect bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Our good friend, he had
Michael
and Barry,
Carter. Yeah.
and they were wearing robes. So, yeah.
That makes sense because she said it's the ones in the suits.
Oh, she said suits, huh? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she did.
All right. Wow. So there you
Very
go.
interesting, yeah.
Yeah, they're wise enough to know that we, humans get freaked out over seeing that.
Well, they got a cute little face. Huh?
They do.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I saw an ant crawling on the wall earlier, and I second guessed trying to knock it down. I'm like, is that my cousin? I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. I'm like,
Is that my
is he visiting,
cousin?
or should I get him out? Because
Well, we all know the story about the Hopi Indians and the ant people that came and saved them from the flood. So that story has been around for thousands of years.
have to check it out then. That's interesting.
Yep, they took them underground.
Doing okay, Dana?
Mm-hmm. Just listening. Not going to comment. We've all heard me before. I'm sure they're fine.
So are you ready for the next
Nasty
one?
robes.
Yeah.
Maybe these are different ones though, Dana.
You don't know. There could be 12 to there could be
You
1,000.
never
different
know.
kinds.
These could be the nice ones.
They like to flash.
I'm not even saying they're not nice. I just maybe they're the honest ones that show who they really are, as opposed to ones that maybe don't. I don't know.
Very, very true. Like we've said before, there's definitely several different species, and just like the human species, not all specific species are going to be good, and not all of them are going to be bad. It's kind of like a mixture. So maybe it's just they're being
the
more.
reptiles are good. I'll stand with that 10 toes down. No one's going to convince me any different of that.
Yeah, but they're supposed to be very, very high dimensional being, though. Really.
Didn't the government recently say they are recognizing 4 different?
They did.
Which are the ones that we talk about the most?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there's
that was fascinating. We'll see.
We shall see.
I want to see video.
Real video.
Exactly, because as far as I'm concerned, they're
is
not giving us any
AI
more
edition.
disclosure than regressions.
Supposedly there's
Right.
supposedly there's 47 videos that are waiting to come out.
Well,
47.
they better get 2.
Yeah, they didn't come out the first time, but there's supposed to be 47.
Yeah, but we should know better than to count on the government to
I
tell
don't
us.
count on the government, and
truth.
that's not what I meant, really. But just
Well, they're going to get there. They're going to get there. It's just going to be a slow process.
Little
Hope I'm
by
still
little.
around for it. Hope we all are.
I think what's happening is it's getting to the point that the government can't continue to deny this.
No, you can't.
Mhm.
So, they're trying to come on board a little bit by saying, we're going to bring disclosure. Well, disclosure's here.
So how would you rather have it happen? I mean, if somebody from out there, a bunch of people said, by the way, we are on our way here, ready
I'm
or
down
not,
with that. I trust them right now more.
but ready or not, and they say, our people say, wait, we just let us get our people prepared, because a lot of people aren't going to handle that very well, and that's true. A lot of people aren't not going to handle it, and even people in the know like us are going to be a little shocked and a little like surprised too.
I think I'm ready for it.
Yeah, we're ready for it.
I would love to be in proximity, like within 5 feet, just to
Right.
look.
Right.
I'm not afraid of that. I find it more fascinating. And I really don't anticipate me being like hiding behind a bush somewhere looking out. I would want to be like, I want to see it.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Tomorrow they'll be like, we haven't seen Dana. Has anybody seen her?
They heard her.
Did she come to Michigan early, you guys? We haven't seen her. Because have my big old head hanging out the window like,
Here I am. Beam me up, Scatty.
right? But I'm excited about, I'm not real excited about a few of the things. But I am, like, I'm down with seeing them live in person. I want to meet a mantis so I don't have that preconceived thing.
Right.
But I still have a gut on that I can't shake. But
Yeah.
I'd rather them than let's just throw them up there.
Right.
Well, it's just, it's just, isn't it that way with reptiles too? I mean, a lot of humans are really afraid of reptiles. I mean, they see a snake go by, it's like, whoa, get it out of here. Or
I'm not afraid of snakes.
lizard, something like that.
I'm afraid of the human variety of a snake.
Yeah. And I think it was just a natural thing that goes way back. There's more history to it than we realize. I think there's been a conflict with it for quite a while. And so, yeah, there's something innate in our DNA that tells us, beware or be cautious.
Right. Well, again, all I hear are all these good things about the mantis. So that's my own Dana brain.
Yeah. I mean,
But
people
Probably a history.
we're the same way with spiders and bugs too. I mean, they freak us out sometimes. So maybe it's in our DNA that we have to be careful because at one time we did have
Probably.
conflict. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's a pretty funny comment.
Give me a gray, man. Bring on my little grays, my little gray friends. I can handle that, and I can handle the beautiful blondes. What are they called again? Nordics?
Canadians or the
Pleiadians and Nordics. So.
I'm fine. I'm all down with all that. Just come
Right.
on and hurry up.
Right.
I'm patient.
Well, even on this planet, we want to love on kitties and puppies and,
Well,
even
obviously.
some of the wild
Mammals.
animals that are really cute. But if you see like an ugly animal, an alligator or a blobfish, we don't want to hold it and kiss it and love it. And,
I actually like blobfish.
but you know what I'm saying. It's all about.
It's a matter of what you're used
visual.
to seeing and adjusting your brain to accept it as this or
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Which is why
And
this
even though-
disclosure also needs to happen, because that prejudice, and God knows the human race is prejudice,
Right.
that prejudice is also there on that end of it. And I might be included in that with my mantis aversion.
Right.
I'm big enough to admit it. I am.
I had to share Jenny's post. I was on a late night walk a year ago, and I thought I saw one that blazed under a tree, and turned out it was a kid's drone. That is totally something I would see.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's pretty.
But even
Right.
those little things open our mind up, and now we're going to be looking, right?
Well, to be
I
honest, though, I
think
personally
we
think
start looking down more than up. I think it's under us, not over us.
I think so too. Yeah.
My mom has been seeing that for most of my life. She thinks they're coming from the ocean. or underground as opposed to
Yeah.
the sky.
Yeah. I believe in both. I mean,
Probably both. Hmm.
for sure.
Anywho, I'll zip a
You
lid.
guys ready for the next one? So,
Yeah.
so this one is more about the contact and actually about how the mantis beings are trying to help the planet.
They're they're doing good things. They're helping. They're infiltrating.
So they're helping you.
They're helping. They're helping everyone. They're infiltrating.
Well, I thank them for that, for the help.
Yes, they're good.
Do they have any messages?
Or
Does-
the
The others.
the others.
Yeah. Do the others have any messages?
Well, they're for you. They're thanking you for what you're doing. They are not to worry. They're the good guys. They said they're the good guys. They got the white hats.
They got the white hats. They have
They
heat.
got the white hats.
Funny.
Even though they're bald and they don't have hair, but they're. I see like good energy, like the energy source is food. It's like rainbows. It's the food. It's the they feed on energy source. They don't eat fruit and vegetables and meat, whatever. They eat energy source in the. It's the more positive the energy sources, the more healthier they are and the more they thrive, because we need to put out more positive energy so that it gives them the nutrients they need to do their work. And we're working on the humanity, so they can understand how to love one another and stop being so cruel to one another and to the planet before it's too late, which it's not going to be. It's going to be okay.
Before I forget to say something, I think I caught a little bit of an EVP in there, Mary. Oh, I can't hear her talking.
Oh, Mary's muted. Let's unmute her. There we go.
Sorry, you guys. It's possible that it was an EVP. What did it sound like?
I couldn't catch the word. I think you could if you cleaned it up. I don't know. It sounded male to me. More of a. It was a whispery, but it wasn't like full whisper, and it was like right after the white hat talk, a little bit further in that way, and then
Okay.
right before when we stopped it, it kind of stopped maybe 40 or 50 seconds prior to you pausing it this time. In that area, it was like, what? Behind her. Just wanted to bring it up because I don't know if you would have caught it because you probably weren't listening for that.
Yeah. No. Very
I could
interesting.
be wrong though, you know.
I had
It
a
would be the first
question.
time.
Yes, ma'am.
Did I hear correctly when she said, did I hear her correctly when she said they feed on energy? Okay. And now they want us to be happy and feel good and take care of us because they're feeding on us,
Right.
or we're a food source to them. That's it.
Well, they feed on positive energy,
Right.
which
It's still us.
Well, it's us,
kind,
it's
I don't know, but it felt
trees,
kind of weird
it's
to me.
it's
you know?
everything is energy, right?
Yeah. I'm like, ooh,
But-
it's like they're cooking us so they can eat us. Not literally, but
Well,
energetically.
not literally, no.
But energetically.
But isn't it better to have them desiring and helping us to be positive
Right. But
than to have
that's fine. But what if, I mean, are they going to leave enough for us? Or are they going to just suck us dry? Like
We're a
the
chicken leg
energy
with a
vampire?
third eye.
You know what I'm saying? What?
That is such a visual.
I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God.
Thank you. You'll have to make a graphic for that.
A cooked chicken with an eye right there.
Yeah, right there.
I don't know why,
Chicken
but
leg.
for some reason that rubbed me sideways a little bit. I
Yeah,
don't
because
know.
it feels like we're being used.
Yeah, like, is that all we mean to you? And are you
Is
just
that
going
all
to
we
drain us
are?
dry? Or are you going to leave us some good feels? Or
We're
are you gonna
husks.
just,
but isn't energy infinite? I mean,
Well, you know what?
well, I don't
Maybe-
know. Tell all
Maybe-
the energy vampires in my life that try to
You
suck
know-
me dry every day.
And then you have the
but
thought of,
that's
we have
it's
to
like
understand
being
that.
stock. So
Yeah.
like we have to be happy for them to feed, and the energy might be endless, but we have to maintain a more positive energy, like we are, cattle in a way. A
Well,
chicken
I
leg
mean,
with a third eye. I'm telling you.
Chicken leg was a
Visual.
Well, you know,
I'm
we
gonna
got to
make that
understand
It's
something.
just
That,
our suspicious human mind going there too.
Yeah, I'm probably just missing something, because I don't really have contact. Or I've never
I mean,
really had
in
contact.
eating might be a bad word for it. Maybe that's how they maintain their own energy, because good energy gives them energy to survive. I mean, and not in a way that they're sucking it out of us, but maybe if they're around it, it's naturally absorbed or taken in so they can be happy and live.
Mhm.
Maybe
And honest,
What are we getting back from that then?
maybe it's like that Christmas movie Elf, where at the very beginning, you're smiling. I can see it. They know where I'm going. At the very end, that sleigh would not fly until what? Everybody sang Christmas music and had Christmas joy.
spirit.
And that positive, loving
Oh, now
energy
I'm in
made
trouble.
Santa's sleigh fly. There.
I'm in
done.
big
That's it.
trouble.
Now, we've talked about in the past,
Listen,
there's an
Jerry.
opposite. There's an opposite that other beings feed off our negative energy and try to keep us in a low vibration. It's called loosh. So maybe they're trying to keep us in a positive vibration.
right.
I mean, life is give and take. Everything on this planet, there's a give and take thing where, one thing is somebody's food, and others, it's weird how it is, but everything depends on everything else to survive.
Mhm.
Like flowers depend on bees to pollinate them so they can grow and
It's a
things
lot of
like that. Yeah, it's set up that
Stay
way. And maybe,
positive all the time.
yeah. So maybe that's the way it is. We're going to learn that coming up
Maybe.
hopefully these days. But
Yeah, and I think in a lot of ways, even humans, we how do we feel when we're around really positive people?
Annoyed.
Annoyed.
what'd you say? Annoyed?
I'm not the
thought-
only one that said it. It was
I
Paul.
swear. I
thought-
was channeling Dana when I got that whiff of, oh my God,
Their-
they're
Their chicken third eyes are connected right now.
That's right.
Now this is going to sound funny, but earlier I thought you said, Deb, is that why they tickle us to keep us in a good mood? I thought you said something like that to keep us
No.
laughing. Okay.
No, I didn't say that, but I don't know. It kind of sounds okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that
Kind of
I
tickle
think
my
energy
chicken
is infinite, and I think that the higher the vibration, and we've been pushing for higher vibrations for years and years. As humans, we know we need to amp it up.
Well, maybe if they're around us and we're really negative, it's going to kill them. They can't be around that. So they obviously are trying to get that positive stuff going.
Right, throughout the whole universe.
Yeah. Because that's where they survive. They live on that higher.
Well, they got a lot of work cut out for them in the human race, especially
That's true.
right now.
That's true.
Yeah.
But it's got to happen. the planet.
A lot of pressure to put on one species. What are they doing?
Well, they're trying to help us.
Do what?
Putting up with us.
Yeah,
Yes.
but I mean, what
Complicated.
what about the other ones that are out there? Are they all like hoorah, yeah? You know, are they all positive? Because that you can't have positive and not have negative.
No, there's negative out there for sure.
Just curious.
Yeah, there's. I mean, yeah.
I can't believe Deb Cobble said she's annoyed by positive people.
Depends on what day it is. I'm only human. I try.
I like positive people. I dislike overly like hyper positive people because it's not real to me.
What's that song? What's that song? I'm only human, born to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surely not
Human.
me. Yes, Kimberly, maybe. I agree with that.
I do
They
too.
probably do need us, but we also need them, I think.
Yeah.
So
Right.
there's a
Yeah.
give and take too. That's what I mean. You know, it's
Mhm.
like we have to be positive, we have to be this, we have to be that. What do they have to do?
Love is a two-way street, right?
Well, they're
Exactly.
teaching us, and they couldn't be teaching us if they weren't positive. And I can only speak from my own experience.
With the
Anytime-
mantis, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime
I'll
I've
accept
been
that.
around them, just this is only me. I feel it's incredible. It's like you're being greeted by by source in a way. Very high energy, very loving, very wise, very old. I don't pick up any negative. And I've even, my human brain is like, you should be afraid. You shouldn't trust them. Look at them. But I feel that loving, wise energy. And I always get the sense that they're there to help.
Now check this out. You guys are mediums and stuff, and when you're in a room where you can feel that negativity, you're like, "Oh, I got to get out of here." Like you walk into a big store, and you just feel all the energy. Maybe they can feel that like 10 times even more. So that's why they have to be around the positive stuff. I don't know, because they can feel it even more than what we feel it as humans.
Me and Dana have never had any contact with those kinds, so that's probably why we both had the same attitude we had. Same thing.
But I would personally rather deal with something that, wants positive energy than deal with something like archons that want to keep us in a fearful, hateful, negative state.
True.
Because
But
that's
if
what they feed on.
my thing though too is that never mind.
And what you said, what do we get back from it? I don't know. Maybe we just don't. We're not there yet, but maybe we are getting something.
Oh.
Hopefully.
Don't you think we share that energy?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, they're supposed to be the healers. They're supposed to be a lot of them heal us.
Mhm.
Let me heal you.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yep. So, I mean,
Well, if you feel calm in their presence too, this is a cautionary thing though. Again, and I've said this 6,000 times. It's not normal for the human mind to be calm in the face of a giant insect-looking thing that we don't know what it is that's communicating with us.
Yeah.
Is it possible that they're making us feel that way as a form of control?
mhm.
Well, like I said, I can only speak from my own experience. And I can tell you, the first couple of times I was not calm. I was telling RJ, I'm seeing this thing and it, it's freaking me out and it's pretty ugly. And I was not calm. It took a while of,
Okay.
it's like anything else, the unknown is always scary. And when you first see it, you're going to be afraid. And, I can even talk about ghost hunting. Once you get used to it and realize, okay, I'm safe with this, then that fear starts to drop.
But let's face it. If all of us had a praying mantis land in our hair, we'd be freaking out. Ah!
Yeah.
So
I freak out more if I have a little bitty spider.
we're a big spider.
Oh, yeah.
See, there you go. It's built in.
Yep.
God, I really got to do something about my face. I think I should get like a bunch of Botox so I don't express.
No, don't do that.
Terrifying.
We love your
Wonderful.
faces.
Wonderful.
Oh no, don't do that. I would never do Botox. I speak with my face.
Yeah.
As do I, and it
Because
gets me.
sometimes my words just aren't appropriate
Yeah.
for anybody or any
Imagine them looking at us. We probably freak them out.
Mhm.
All our expressions.
I
All
bet we
right,
have
so-
more clips, huh?
Yeah, for this next clip, it talks about how the mantis beings want us to be thriving energetically and try to not focus on fear.
Okay. There you go.
Because, and what's going on in the media now is they're trying to keep everybody negative to keep the energy source poor quality, to keep us from doing what we're supposed to do. So that's the media and the people, I'm going to call them Illuminati. That's their goal, is to keep everybody suppressed, keep everybody down and fighting. And it keeps the food source. So that is the key, is why they're doing this, is they're keeping the energy source to try to keep us from doing what we're supposed to do. And we have abundant supplies from our mother source that we can battle this. And it's going to be okay. It's just, they're a bunch of dummies in there thinking they're going to. They brought in the big idiot that'll do just anything to win. And this is a last desperate hope, and they'll try anything. But we are strong and healthy. And as the negative side keeps pushing, then the people are waking up. They're starting to see that as they suffer enough, they are beginning to see what's happening, and they're waking up. And they are not going to win.
I'll take that message.
Mhm.
And
My funky head.
Yeah.
My chicken leg with an eye.
I really think that
Mary, you're muted.
Dang it. Mama Mary.
There we go.
I really think that we've come to this point in time where both sides realize this is going to happen, regardless. When I say this, I mean this uplifting information. And I think the battle's on. Let's face it, the battle's on. You can see it everywhere. And without getting political, they know. When I say the negative side knows they're losing they're going to lose their power as far as keeping us suppressed. If people are waking up, we're starting to see what's going on, and that's okay. It has to happen. And I think it's come to the point where they can't stop it. It is going to happen, and it should have happened probably 3,000 years ago, but it didn't happen. It's happening right now.
Hi, Tom.
So there's nothing they can do, and it's a battle, and we'll see what happens. But I agree with her. I think it's going to come out okay, but it's going to get a little ugly. Hang in there.
Don't have a choice.
That's right. Hang in there. It will prevail. whatever it may be.
Yeah.
I think I really like this message. And I think like during the regression, I got really excited about this part because that's exactly, you know, when I'm connecting with the galactics and what I call as the walkers, that's what we've been getting is that everything is going to be okay. Like all of this is going to die out. It's completely created so that it can keep us in a state of fear because we are so close to reaching that threshold and moving into the shift. And they're using every single desperate attempt to block it. You know, and Deb and I have talked about this before. You know, the biggest issue with that war over there is that's pure spiritual warfare. There are stargates over there that on a spiritual level, we are trying to retrieve. And once that is done, all this is going to go away. So like I got excited about this message because it was amazing hearing somebody else in a deep state trance say, we're going to win this time.
Right.
And it power to the people.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. So I thought it was cool.
Well, and it's even cooler because this was not the intent. This woman wanted a past life regression. And this is all coming out because it was meant to come out. It was meant to come out. People need to hear this.
Yeah, and the fear factor is going to hit us everywhere. It's going to hit us there's a new virus coming out, and it's going to hit us.
They've already done that one. They're doing it right now.
No, Ebola is coming out in Africa, right? I heard today. So, and they're going to hit us with the money. We can't afford anything. They're going to hit us with the food. They're going to hit us with everything they can to keep us negative. But I'm telling you, we just got to ride with it. We're going to be okay. I think we're going to help. But let's just hang in there. Let's hang in there. That's what.
Valerie. I call her Val all the time. I was just going to mention this. You must be psychic. I am.
You think?
I was just going to talk about this.
And what a perfect time to come out, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's all.
It's not by accident.
No.
Yeah, he's connected. He knows what's going on. That's why he's coming out.
So for this next clip, I asked specifically for myself, do mantis beings work with light workers? Mantis, do you guys work with light workers?
Absolutely.
And can you tell me why you work with light workers?
Because the light workers are bringing in the light, and they're bringing we are all on the same page. We're all fighting for the same cause. But the light workers bring in the light, which is the energy source that feeds the positive energy of the positive beings.
So here's a question, since I have you guys. So as light workers and healers, as we heal ourselves and heal as many people as we can, then that gives you guys enough energy for success. Is that kind of what I'm hearing?
That is correct. We're working together for the same cause, and it's like you're helping provide ammunition or nutrients or however you want to call it. You're supplying the resources that we need to do our part. And the angelic beings, they're spiritual beings that have been around forever, are working too. There's a big battle right now. Magic's happening.
So is it more, it sounds like it's more of like a interdimensional type battle.
Absolutely. There's good and evil fight for the planet. This is a valuable resource. And the Illuminati, the Dark Ones, are showing how stupid they are. They're just don't have what it's going to take to get what they want. They've gotten away with it for a long time. And the greed and the selfishness, corruption, making women subservient, enslavement. They got away with it for a while because the men were the stronger. And men liked the fact that they could have that power. So they joined in. They thought that was a great deal. And it was about selfishness and lust and all the 7 deadly sins.
Well, I'm sorry.
Then the man speaks up.
Go ahead.
Me, I'm not.
Oh,
I'm just
I
sitting
wasn't
here.
saying nothing.
No, I just was unmuting myself. I muted my mic because it started pouring down rain here and it was hitting my window so hard. I was afraid y'all could hear it.
Yeah.
So for the longest time, I was always wondering, what does it mean, bring the light? To be in the light, bring the light, and the light workers, And then I realized that light is actually information. So light workers she said light workers are bringing in the light. They're bringing in the information, the truth that we need to know. And because when you're in a dark room and you turn on a light, instantly you have all this information about what's there. And the lack of light is no information. So I when everybody talks about the light's coming, it's not so much a light, it's the information and the knowledge that we need to know.
It's enlightenment as opposed to light, physical light.
Right.
Yeah, so bring on the light. I loved the visual on that one.
Apparently my cat does too, because he's poking his head up now.
And we've spent our lifetime trying to get this information out and but we're getting the information and trying to communicate it out. And that's what it's all about, getting this light information out. So, and it's coming into the light.
Yep. It's all meant to be. It's all happening as it's supposed to be happening. We came into the age of Aquarius. We're in a whole different time. We are shifting, we are evolving, we are ascending. Right, Mary?
That's right.
Mary's going to be on Black Cat Lounge tonight, by the way.
I am. Talking about ascension.
Yes. So, it's all right happening right how and when it's supposed to happen. None of this is an accident. And we've been being prepped for this, since back in the 40s, 30s. I don't know. It's a long time.
Well, the earth is a living being too, and it has to ascend. And so that's why she's opening up and rocking and rolling and doing all these things. She can't wait for us to, get on board. She's going to have to rock and roll and get her own ascension going on. We're going to have to ride with that too, because we're seeing it. The weather is changing. Things are changing. Earthquakes.
A lot of seismic activity too.
Yeah. That too, and poles are shifting, and all kinds of stuff's going on. So she has to open up to let that light in, that energy, that information in, so she can too. So
or to let them out.
Yeah, let them out for sure. That too. Out with the bad, in with the good.
All right, you ready for the last? You ready for the last clip? So this one, I asked what they wanted the light workers to do. What do you need light workers to specifically do for you?
keep on healing people and talking to people, get the word out, keep staying positive even when it's hard. Marches, the No Kings March, that kind of thing, those are peaceful. It's just getting the word out, and it does help those that are to see that what's going on. Really, there's a few of them waking up here and there, like popping like popcorn. The positive energy going and the light, just on the light. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Just got to focus on that beam.
And so while I still have you guys, do you have any party messages?
I couldn't hear that. Oh, somebody's on mute again.
We're getting the interference from somebody. I'm telling you right
Yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
hear hardly any of it. It was all
Yeah.
just
now.
I only got was womp, like the Peanuts teacher. Womp, womp, womp,
yeah, pretty much.
womp, womp, womp.
Well, she basically the message was just to keep kind of doing what we're doing, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the reason why all the light workers are spread out, and why we always complain that we don't live near each other. It's because we're meant to spread that light in specific.
See, Mary's internet is cutting
Yeah.
out.
They probably
So-
don't want us to hear it.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not like this is the first time this has happened. Yeah, Mary, your internet is really cutting out. So most
It's
of what
frozen too.
yeah.
Happening on this.
Okay. So even our
Channel.
listeners are having this go on. Mary is frozen. You know, is it on purpose? I think so. There is another clip. We'll give her. Oh, I saw her move. Mary, take yourself out and come back in.
There she is.
Can you see me now?
Yep.
All right. I didn't even get out. That was the last clip. So
was it? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So I won't even try to replay it. They were basically just saying, keep doing what we're doing.
Right. Right.
Okay. Yeah, and I totally agree with that. You know, so many light workers right now are gathering more. You know, we're doing one not this weekend, but the weekend after, the Truth Seekers retreat weekend. That's what it's all about. It's
Ascension
people
Con.
like, I don't even know who said it. You know, we're spread apart, but it's also important that we do come together, that we do evolve together and ascend together and keep that light going, you know, to assist everybody. This is a crucial time in not only humanity, but in the universe. And we're all a part of it.
Right.
Everybody has their own little mission or big mission. Right?
Yeah.
I'm doing what I can on all fronts.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And they got their eye on us, you know, let's face it, shows like this, they've got their eye on us. They know what's going on. So people get paid a little dough to look at us.
You know, and she was talking about the masculine energy. And it's funny because when I first met RJ in 2016, one of the things that made me fall in love with him was he said, you know, we're coming into a time of the goddess energy. It's time for the masculine to step down because the goddesses are the ones that have the compassion and the wisdom and all of that. You know, the males are the hunters, the protectors. But it's the females, the goddess energy, that is supposed to be running everything.
I mean,
And-
we made you guys, for God's sake.
Oh, I know.
Exactly.
I know.
We made
Exactly.
you.
Yeah.
The male energy is totally up everything for a long time. So it's time for the goddess energy to return, and it is.
Mhm.
And I agree. Like the Taiget and Pleiadians, that's what I told you about. That the females run everything, and they should. And,
Yeah.
and because they just got their shit together.
You know, and it's not, we're not knocking males or the masculine energy. You know, the males have that ego to protect. Yeah, I was hearing that.
Did you
Dana.
hear that, Dana?
I
heard a voice.
yeah.
Is it from me?
No, I heard a voice talking.
I did not hear that one.
Okay, everybody's got to, you know, just play our shows back and figure out what these EVPs are, please.
Hi, saying, "Shut up, we're watching you. We're messing with Mama Mary's video. Shut up."
Yeah, they are. But I do think, you know, I don't want to drop that because I think that's an important aspect of it. That, you know, the feminine is compassionate enough to not, you know, use anger and ego and all of that. And we've come to that time. We're there.
We're nurturing and empathic and loving and mothering, you know.
And powerful as, yes.
Fudala.
think so.
You know, there's nothing stronger than an angry mama bear.
And there's nothing on earth like mother's love.
Right.
Right.
I'll
Closest
have
thing you
no
can get.
fury like a woman scorned.
Fire.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of that's because the roles that were created for males, you gotta be this, you gotta be that, you gotta be this, you know, it's just not, it's not right. I mean, those don't work anymore. So,
Can you still see it every day?
Yep.
But it's all about the balance. So, you know, I was happy to hear that when Mary and I first did the show, the Sacred Code show on it. That really hit home with me.
Good video.
Thank you. Well, that's all.
She's frozen again.
Yeah, I think Mary's trying to say that's all we have for you tonight.
Bye.
We love you all. Have a wonderful week and take care. Keep your eyes to the skies.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night, everybody. Bye.